AI is rapidly changing the way we work in BIM, and especially the way we interact with software like Revit. A big part of the shift is happening because of MCP, the Model Context Protocol, which allows large language models to connect directly with tools inside Revit and actually do useful work. Instead of just chatting about BIM, AI can now analyze models, inspect parameters, support documentation, and even help edit existing elements. Now, if you search online for Revit MCP, almost every video seems to show the same thing: Claude controlling Revit. But what if you do not have Claude, or you simply want a cheaper and more flexible option? In this video, I will show you how these Revit MCP workflows can also be used with ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, and of course Claude too. To keep things simple, we will use the Nonica AI Connector. It is one of the easiest Revit MCP solutions to install. It supports Revit 2022 up to the latest version, including 2027, and it gives AI access to more than 50 Revit-focused tools. These tools can be used for model reports, warning analysis, accessibility checks, schedule visualization, quality control, parameter editing, and even creating elevations and sheets. Nonica also offers both a free and a pro version, so it is a very practical option if you want to start experimenting without jumping straight into a more complex setup. So, if you thought Revit MCP was only for Claude users, think again. Let's get started. After installing the Nonica MCP, you will notice a new tab in Revit called Nonica Tab Pro. From here, simply click on AI Connector to start setting up the connection. Once that is done, you are ready to link Revit with your AI workflow. In my case, I am using the Pro version of the connector. If you want to try it at a discount, have a look at the link in the comments. The Pro version gives you access to many more tools, which means more powerful ways to work with Revit using AI. To set up this MCP, we need the JSON configuration code from the Nonica AI Connector page. Think of it as the key to opening the Revit AI door. So let's begin with an alternative to Claude. And the first one I want to show you is Codex. This is a great option if you already have a ChatGPT subscription, because Codex is included with several ChatGPT plans. The first step is to download the app from the official OpenAI website only. Please be careful here, because there are fake websites that try to look official. Once installed, you can sign in with your ChatGPT account. Codex feels familiar, but it goes beyond the standard chat interface because it is designed to work across projects and connect with external tools through MCP. Today, Codex gives you access to the latest models like GPT-5, as well as earlier versions depending on your setup. You can choose the model and even adjust how much reasoning power you want, so you can balance speed and intelligence depending on the task. But the real difference is how people use Codex. It is not just another version of ChatGPT. It works more like an AI agent that can actually help you get work done on your computer. You can use it to write code, fix bugs, analyze data, generate reports, and even handle complex multi-step tasks where the AI plans and executes the work for you. Inside the settings, you will find an MCP server section. This is where you can manage MCP connections manually. But here is the easier approach. Instead of doing the whole setup by hand, you can open a new Codex chat and ask it to help you configure the Nonica AI connector using the instructions on the Nonica webpage. OpenAI's documentation even notes that Codex can often help users install MCP servers when asked. Once the setup is done, I recommend closing Codex and reopening it, then ask a simple question to confirm everything is working, such as whether the Revit MCP is active. If the connection is successful, Codex should be able to see the available tools and start working with your Revit project. A good habit at this stage is to ask Codex to list all the available MCP tools. That gives you a quick understanding of what the Nonica connector can do and helps you decide what to test next. Now let's put it to the test. I'm going to ask Codex to export all the door data and save the CSV file to a location of my choice. First, it inspected the door elements in the model and checked the parameter structure of a sample door. It found the available Revit parameters and used those to decide what information could be exported reliably. Then, Codex checked whether it could create a native Revit door schedule. This was a smart step, because a Revit schedule is often cleaner and more consistent than manually extracting every parameter. It successfully created a schedule called Codex Door Information Export. After that, because the MCP did not expose a direct CSV export tool, Codex adapted. It generated the CSV file directly in the workspace using the door data it could read from the model. It also checked the result. The model had 142 doors, while the native schedule showed 141 rows. So Codex identified the missing element, added it back into the CSV, and included a column showing whether each door appeared in the native schedule. So in the end, Codex created both a native Revit schedule and a CSV export, checked the row count, and flagged the difference. This is a good example of how MCP lets AI move beyond simple chat and actually support real BIM workflows. You can see here that the export worked. The process was pretty fast, and the results look quite good. The more you experiment with these MCP tools, the better you become at using them. Over time, you can also build your own prompt library so you can reuse the same successful prompts in future Revit projects. Before moving to the second option, please support this channel by pressing like and subscribe. It really helps me keep creating videos like this on AI, BIM, Revit, and MCP workflows. Also, do not forget to check the link in the comment section if you want a discount for the Nonica MCP Pro version. The second option makes use of Visual Studio Code, which is one of my favorite platforms for working with agentic AI. Visual Studio Code is mainly used for coding and software development, but it also gives us access to AI agents and MCP tools. To begin, download and install Visual Studio Code from the official Microsoft website. Once VS Code is installed, we need an AI assistant inside it. My favorite option here is GitHub Copilot because it is easy to use, works directly inside VS Code, supports agent mode, and can connect to MCP servers. GitHub also offers different plans, including a free tier, paid plans, and free access to Copilot Pro for eligible students, teachers, and verified open source maintainers. To install it, go to Extensions, search for GitHub Copilot Chat, and install it. After installation, you can sign in with your GitHub account. You can start with the free version, use a pro license, or if you are eligible, use the free student or academic access. On the top right corner, you can use these buttons to change the chat layout. This is the layout I prefer, but you can choose the one that works best for you. One thing I really like about Copilot in VS Code is that it gives access to a wide range of models, including models from OpenAI, Gemini, Grok, and Claude, depending on your plan and availability. Now make sure you are in agent mode. This is important because agent mode allows Copilot to work more actively with tools and MCP servers. Once again, you can ask the AI agent to help you set up the Nonica MCP for VS Code. Just provide the link to the Nonica AI Connector setup page and ask it to configure the MCP server for you. Once the setup is complete, click Configure Tools. You should now see Revit in the list of available MCP servers. If you click the arrow, you can expand it and see the list of Nonica MCP tools. Pretty cool, eh? Now, let us check if the MCP is working. I will ask the AI agent a simple question about the Revit project. If it responds using the Revit tools, then we are ready to work with Revit through VS Code and GitHub Copilot. Yes, as you can see, the connection is working, and the AI is now capable of interacting directly with Revit. One important thing to keep in mind is that the quality of your experience really depends on the AI model you are using, whether it is through Codex or Visual Studio Code. If you are planning to use AI regularly in your workflows, I would strongly recommend considering a paid license, such as GitHub Copilot, ChatGPT, or Claude, as they generally provide more powerful models and better performance. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.